Hi. I love the simplicity of the IFS discernment between self and parts. That self it's kind of another word for beingness and isness, but self has an absence of lack, and it is fulfillment. It is causeless okayness. As we notice some of the words in classic IFS for self: calm, connectedness, clarity, compassion. Notice that there's no lack in these words, right? And then as we do effortless IFS, we find words like peace, okayness, love, unity, flow. What we're interested in is, what is it in your system? What are your default flavors of beingness, or what are your windows into beingness for you? What allows it to be accessed? Is it a stillness, a silence, a calm, a connectedness, a clarity, creativity? Isn't that a lovely one? The creativity, the flow of that. So we have self, and then we have parts. The expressions of the particularity. But in parts, we notice kind of what the Buddhists say. They use the word dukkha, or they'll say, the Four Noble Truths, life is suffering. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Life is suffering? But if we notice if we go into the nature of our parts, that what I find is that there's at least a subtle lack or wanting there, which the Buddhists will call perpetual dissatisfaction. It might be really subtle. Like, tomorrow you win $10 million. Woo! $10 million. But then we'll notice our parts will come up. It'll be like, oh, what do I do with this? How do I give it to? I give it to some? Do I don't keep it? How do I maintain this sense of fulfillment and happiness? How do I relate to people? It's like the parts will do all of that. The parts will come in with that. And that's the lack, the wanting, the perpetual dissatisfaction. But it's the preciousness of our humanity. It's not a problem. So what I'm going back to is just this clarity of the discernment between self and parts. It's like, how clear is it in your system? And how intimate are you with or as self, this beingness, this causeless okayness, this that has an absence of lack? And then can you sense when it moves, when the sense of identity moves into a part? How do you know that? Dick Schwartz says there's all these indicators for him of being, abiding as self, right? You can notice from the breath, the tone of his voice, the tension in his body, the relaxation. So how do you notice the move from self to parts? I'll stop here. And I love comments on YouTube, because it feels like sometimes I'm just putting this all out into the void, but at least in my imagination, I'm imagining that I'm getting to connect with friends in this. See you later.